If you're looking for capital to start or grow an existing business, let me ask you a question. If you can get approved for $100,000 minimum in business funding, guaranteed, without having great credit, collateral, or even years of business history, would you be interested? If the banks used a secret 3-part algorithm that automatically rejects 89% of applicants before a human even looks at them, would you want to know so you can avoid it and don't get rejected like the others? Now, if I told you there's a completely legal and ethical way to instantly satisfy all 3 parts of this algorithm, transforming you from automatically rejected to automatically approved in the next 45 days or less, is that something you would like to take advantage of? If you answered yes to any of these questions, great, because that's exactly what I'm going to be revealing to you in this free training today. You see, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why most startup and existing business owners have been getting rejected for business funding. And more importantly, you'll discover the step-by-step process that savvy entrepreneurs have been using to access $100,000 to $5 million in business capital pretty much whenever they want. Once you understand this process, you too will be able to access business funding over and over again at will. Now, I want to be absolutely clear who this training is specifically designed for. Frustrated entrepreneurs who have been rejected for business funding and don't understand why. Ambitious business owners who know they need capital to scale but can't access traditional funding for whatever reason. And aspiring business owners who haven't started yet because they don't have the capital needed to get that idea of theirs off the ground. You see, if you've ever felt like the funding game was rigged against small entrepreneurs, this training will show you exactly how to beat the system at its own game. We're going to be covering 3 closely guarded secrets that the banking industry doesn't want you to know. Secret number 1, the hidden 3 C's algorithm. The secret automated systems banks use to reject 9 out of 10 applications before human review, and exactly what criteria you need to satisfy to get automatically approved instead. Secret number 2, the fundable business structure. Why most businesses are completely unfundable according to bank algorithms, and the specific business structure that instantly makes you bankable. And secret number 3, the legal loophole system. How a small group of sophisticated entrepreneurs have been using a completely legal method to bypass traditional funding requirements and get access to millions in capital. These 3 secrets address the biggest objections and obstacles that keep entrepreneurs stuck in the rejection cycle. So let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some people get approved for funding immediately, while others with seemingly better qualifications get rejected? The answer isn't what you think. You see, most people believe funding decisions are based on how good your business idea is, your experience in the industry, how passionate you are about business, your personal FICO score, which there are methods to leverage your personal credit profile as the personal guarantor, or PG as the industry calls it, to access business funding with credit card stacking. But for the most part, these belief systems are pretty much wrong. Banks don't care about any of that. What they care about is whether your business passes their automated screening algorithm. You see, every major bank and lending institution uses what insiders call the 3 C's algorithm. C number 1, credit. Again, not your personal credit, but business credit. There are entire credit bureaus and scores most entrepreneurs have never even heard of, such as your Paydex score, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, and others that track business credit scores. If you don't have established business credit profiles with specific ratings, you're automatically flagged as high risk and rejected. C number 2, collateral. Banks want to see some sort of business assets on your balance sheet. We're talking about accounts receivable, equipment, inventory, or other business assets. Most startups have 0 collateral, which triggers automatic rejection. And C number 3, capacity. This is the killer. Banks analyze your deposit patterns using sophisticated algorithms. They want to see consistent, predictable business deposits that demonstrate your ability to service the debt you're asking to take on. Random deposits, low balances, or irregular cash flow patterns instantly trigger rejection. Now, here's the brutal truth. Miss any one of these 3 criteria, and you can bet your last dollar that these algorithms will automatically reject your application before a human ever sees it. This is why entrepreneurs who are eager to start or grow a business leveraging funding keep getting rejected. They're not playing by the rules of the game. So, now that you understand why this happens, let me show you what a fundable business actually looks like to bank algorithms. And we're going to do that by going over the fundable business checklist. Established business entity properly filed with the Secretary of State that is at least 2 years old, complete with EIN and business classification, also known as a SIC code. The banks recognize as a low-risk business industry. Business credit foundation. Active profiles with all major credit bureaus showing payment history and credit worthiness. Business assets. assets, such as accounts receivable, equipment, or other assets that appear on your balance sheet as collateral. Proven cash flow, consistent deposit patterns that demonstrate capacity to service debt. Professional infrastructure, where your business comes with a unique commercial address, a business phone, a business website, a business email, business listings in directories so the business can be found when looking for it online. All the credibility markers banks scan for. Lender-ready documentation, proper business plan, financial statements, and supporting documents formatted exactly how banks want to see them. But here's the problem. Building all this from scratch takes about 24 to 36 months and costs about $25,000 to $50,000 or more attempting to validate their product or service idea in the marketplace. Most entrepreneurs don't have that kind of time, money, nor experience. Heck, even venture capitalists, those business pros, have a 25% success rate when starting a new business. And if you didn't notice, that's a 75% failure rate by the pros of business. But here's what wealthy entrepreneurs have known for decades. Instead of building a fundable business from scratch so they can get the bank's money, they buy one that's already built. Yes, you heard that right. When savvy entrepreneurs want money from the banks, they buy established business entities with everything already in place. Which brings us to secret number 3, the legal loophole system. Now, what I'm about to share with you is coveted information hiding in plain sight, something that the wealthy have been using quietly for decades. It's the golden ticket for getting money from the banks anytime that you want. It's called a fundable shelf corporation. But before you think this is some kind of shady offshore scheme, let me be crystal clear. This is 100% legal, completely legitimate, and used by Fortune 500 companies every single day. Here's how it works. A shelf corporation is a business entity that has been legally established and aged to meet specific requirements. Instead of starting from zero, you acquire a business that already has the foundation you need. But not just any shelf corporation. Most shelf corporations sold online are worthless for funding purposes because they don't address the 3C's algorithm. A fundable shelf corporation is specifically designed to satisfy all 3 banking criteria. It solves C number 1, credit. Comes with proper business structure to attached aged business credit, also known as business trade lines, which immediately establish business credit profiles and reports to all major bureaus. Solves C number 2, which is collateral. Includes legitimate business assets that are transferred to your balance sheet, providing the collateral banks require. And C number 3, capacity. Provides access to systems that create the exact cash flow patterns banks want to see. The transformation is actually instant. You go from automatically rejected to automatically approved literally overnight. Now, here's where this gets interesting. Normally getting a fundable business like this set up would cost you around $15,000 to $20,000 depending on where you look. And people pay this every single day for these aged shelf corps without the blink of an eye, and rightfully so. It's just smart economics. However, through a partnership with a 501c3 nonprofit organization, there's a federal grant program that completely changes the game for entrepreneurs. Our nonprofit partners have been awarded a grant to assist startups and existing businesses. Now, why does this grant exist? The government recognizes that small businesses are the backbone of the economy, but the traditional funding system has locked out too many qualified entrepreneurs. This grant program is specifically designed to level the playing field and increase access to capital through financial literacy, which is what you're going through at this very moment. And if you decide to participate in the program, this is what you get with your small investment, which your investment covers the processing and transfer fees. A complete fundable business entity with proper classification and an EIN. Business collateral package with accounts receivable on your shelf corporation's balance sheet. Business credit foundation set up with all major credit bureaus. Access to participate in the opportunity fund for consistent cash flow patterns. Professional business infrastructure complete with a unique commercial address, business phone number with call forwarding, business email address, and a business website. Complete lender-ready documentation. Personal credit assistance if needed. Ongoing business development with advisors. A written guarantee of a minimum of $100,000 in funding within the next 60 days or less. The guarantee is bulletproof. You either get funded at least $100,000 or you pay nothing. But here's the urgent reality. This grant funding isn't unlimited. It's allocated on a first come, first served basis, and once it's exhausted, you'll be back to paying full price, if it's even available at all. Which in reality is not a bad deal either. Why? Because even if you did pay $15,000 to $20,000 others regularly pay, Upon successful completion of the funding program, you're eligible for reimbursement of up to $20,000 through the Nonprofit Success Program. This means you could actually get paid to participate in this program. Think about that for a moment. Simply investing in yourself in your financial literacy, you get a fundable shelf corporation that's guaranteed to receive at least $100,000 in business funding, and your cost is reimbursed on the back end through the grant that's been awarded to our 501c3 nonprofit partners. However, because you're here right now watching this means there's funds still available to cover the cost of your fundable shelf corporation. Now let me ask you a question. Would you rather spend the next 24 to 36 months trying to build a fundable business from scratch, spending tens of thousands of dollars and likely failing because you don't know the secrets? Or would you rather leverage a proven system that's already helped thousands of entrepreneurs access more than 9 figures in business funding? When someone who has done this many times guides you step by step to get the results you want. If you said yes to option number 2, I'd love to introduce you to the Express Fundable System. This is the exact system that wealthy entrepreneurs have been using for decades to instantly become bankable. You say, this isn't theory, this isn't hope. This is a proven systematic approach that transforms you from automatically rejected to automatically approved. And with everything you're getting today, which is, again, a complete fundable business entity with proper classification and an EIN number, where 100% ownership is transferred to you in 7 days, business collateral package with accounts receivable on your shelf corporation's balance sheet, business credit foundation set up with all major credit bureaus, access to participate in the Opportunity Fund for consistent cash flow patterns, professional business infrastructure complete with a unique commercial address, business phone number with call forwarding, business email address, and a business website, complete lender-ready documentation, and again, a written guarantee of a minimum of $100,000 in funding within 60 days or less. Now, you could easily spend over $100,000 and invest a few years trying to put all these pieces together to finally have a fundable business. But if you take action today, you can secure a fundable shelf corporation for just $1,000. Let me put that another way. That's $33.33 per day for the next 30 days. That could unlock hundreds of thousands of dollars in business funding over and over again whenever you want. So if you're serious about accessing the capital you need to start or grow an existing business, schedule a time to speak with one of our technical advisors by clicking the link or button somewhere around this video. And keep in mind, other than your time spent, this is 100% risk-free and it is put in writing. If we do not deliver $100,000 minimum in business funding like stated, we'll cancel our agreement and return every penny invested on your part. No questions asked. And finally, let me ask you this. Would it be worth it if you got just $100,000? The answer is absolutely yes. You're investing $1,000 to cover some processing and transfer fees to access $100,000 minimum to potentially $5 million in funding. That's a 200 to 1 return on investment at a minimum. And will this show you exactly how to become instantly fundable? The answer is yes. This is a completely risk-free bet on yourself and your business funding future. So again, if you're ready to rock and get the funding you want and need, click the button or link around this video. Schedule a time that works best for you, and our technical advisor will be in contact with you to answer any final questions you may have and get you going if you're truly ready to pull the trigger. Again, we're here to educate, empower, and equip business owners with the right tools and the resources to access financial literacy and business funding. Aside from that, your funding business future is awaiting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.